Hoosier Nation continues to revel in Indiana's win in the National Football Championship game Monday night. Ahead, we'll have complete coverage of the historic win. Some communities are trying to lure data centers in an effort to make up for lost revenue from the state. We'll talk with reporter Becky Thiele about the pros and cons of data centers. And we'll look at some of the bills making their way through both chambers of the Statehouse. We'll have these stories and more coming up on Indiana Newsdesk.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Maller Grotner Plummer Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Maller Grotner Plummer Attorneys, understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis, on the web at lawngp.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. rural.indiana.edu. Smithville, fiber internet, security solutions, and voice in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Bunger and Robertson, attorneys at law since 1949, utilizing experience, knowledge, and resources to help individuals and families recover in personal injury matters. Information at lawbr.com. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. There's been no end to Hoosier Nation celebrating Indiana's national championship, from packing Kirkwood Avenue after the game to camping out overnight for a chance to see the championship trophy and quarterback Fernando Mendoza. We have team coverage of how fans have reveled in Indiana football's rise from the bottom of the Big Ten to the #1 team in the land. Parents, children, students, and seniors packed the sporting goods store to get a glimpse of a Hoosier hero. Joni Buckles brought her family while her husband waited in line. She says they've watched every game this year.
Amazing for my kids to be able to see. He plays travel baseball for the Ellisville Bolts, and he's a good character, good person to express out to the kids.
Her son Luke agrees.
The best quarterback ever. He is really tough and a super duper nice guy.
Gary Gross says he wanted to see all the commotion after watching IU football for 75 years.
I watched him when I was first 10 years old. So now I'm 85, so it's been a lot of years of frustration.
Just down the road, Kroger was hosting the national championship trophy. Lines weaved through the store to get a photo with the 24-karat gold trophy. Officials say 1,600 fans came to see it. Another event was planned for Walmart Thursday. The Hoosiers are also hosting a fan celebration at Memorial Stadium Saturday afternoon. Now, among the throng of IU fans who went to Miami for the game were two local priests to see parishioner Fernando Mendoza. Father Patrick Hyde and Father Ben Keller, both from St. Paul's Catholic Center on campus, went to the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl, and the national title game with the help of benefactors.
It was like this cleansing, this catharsis of like, wow, we are a good football team. You know, we can compete, we can do great things. Whereas so many people for so long had been disheartened and dispirited.
Mendoza brought his Heisman Trophy to St. Paul's Catholic Center on Christmas Eve. Local businesses also won on Monday night with championship merchandise ready to sell the minute the game ended. Academy Sports Outdoors opened its doors around 11:30 to meet the demand of fans wanting T-shirts and other items celebrating the Hoosiers. They closed around 2 a.m. The boost in sales will be felt here and at other stores around town selling Hoosier wares.
I think Bloomington as a whole, as a town will prosper from what IU winning, because you have a lot of people coming from outside of Bloomington to come down and purchase stuff here and want to enjoy that experience.
Now, he says Academy Sports ordered merchandise ahead of time, including shirts, hats, and cups to be immediately available if IU won. Hoosier colors were on display all around Miami Monday, like they had in Los Angeles and Atlanta. Thousands of Hoosier fans converged on the city for the championship game. I caught up with a few of them at a fan fest.
It was crazy. I mean, we were at the airport Saturday morning and it was a sea of red. Every gate was IU. I mean, how long have we been yearning for this day? And it's just crazy. It's such a good feeling, really. It's just so much pride right now.
Hoosier!
It's been phenomenal. I mean, IU, I just want to let you guys know you take care of the families and we appreciate you and love you, and it's been nothing but positive vibes. My favorite thing about Indiana is they don't just throw their freshmen out there. They actually develop their players. They put so much into these kids, and it's wonderful because each and every kid is so awesome. So my favorite thing about Indiana is not only they win, but they are a brotherhood.
We got a group here from Southern Indiana here to see the game.
Hey, Tell City. Tell City.
Tell City? Who's going to win?
We're number one.
We're down here mainly because of the fact that all of us graduated from IU, but my dad played on the 1945 Big Ten championship team. He was the right halfback, and so it was. This has been in our blood for such a long time. They do have the desire, and that's what IU's advantage is in this game. I mean, I have never enjoyed watching college football in an awful long time.
I was born in Bloomington. I went to school in Bloomington. Been an IU Hoosier my entire life. The last 2 years have been absolutely unbelievable. Never even thought in my mind. I was telling my dad, like, I don't see how we can beat Michigan and like win a championship, and now we're looking at this. It's just unbelievable. Went to the Penn State game, and I just like, we were sat for shock for like 15 minutes after the game. Like, what just happened? Could not believe it. It's just, this whole thing is just unbelievable. Really appreciate the effort the guys are putting out. It's just awesome. Glad to be part of it.
Now, back in Bloomington, Hoosier fans poured onto Kirkwood Avenue after the game. Many had lined up overnight Sunday to watch the games at the Upstairs Pub and Nick's English Hut. Our Clayton Baumgarth has this report.
Some students said they couldn't believe IU, of all teams, are the 2026 national champions. For recent alumni and seniors, the team's turnaround was hard to comprehend.
No, we never thought this moment would happen. Sitting as freshmen, leaving the game at the first quarter, this is crazy.
Other students were more confident.
I was always optimistic. I knew IU could do it, and here we are.
The Hoosiers
Let's go, baby!
They always pull through.
On campus, a sold-out crowd filed into Simon Scott Assembly Hall to watch the game. And for the next 4 hours, fans cheered as if they were at Hard Rock Stadium in person. Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson joined in on the celebration and said she was looking forward to the winnings of a baked goods wager she made with her counterpart in Miami.
To the mayor of Miami, we're looking forward to key lime pie, and I look forward to talking to you soon. But we are thrilled. It's a historic moment in Bloomington, Indiana. Go Hoosiers!
Kirkwood is now missing some street signs after fans tore them off in the victory celebration. Some students climbed street lamps, trees, and awnings to overlook the crowd. 2 couches were also burned. The smell of gunpowder and smoke occasionally filled the air as fireworks and helicopters flew over the crowd. For Indiana Newsdesk with Aubrey Wright, I'm Clayton Baumgarth.
Head coach Curt Cignetti took home the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award Wednesday night in Houston. It's the latest Coach of the Year award for Cignetti. As Pat Bean reports, everything at IU changed when Cignetti was brought in.
The Hoosiers were questioned every step of the way on their run to the national championship, primarily because of their own brand. Until Cignetti took over in 2024, Indiana had more losses in college football history than any other program. And despite now winning the last 3 national championships, the Big Ten was always seen as a step behind the mighty Southeastern Conference.
I think that's called a paradigm shift. It's kind of like people can cling to an old way of thinking, categorizing teams as this or that, or conferences as this or that, or they can adjust to the new world.
Cignetti credits Indiana President Pamela Whitten and Athletic Director Scott Dolson with embracing the new world order in college football. They committed resources to the program, upgrading the facilities and making Cignetti and his staff among the highest paid in the nation.
I think to look back at what happened to Indiana previous to us coming 10, 20, 50 years ago, strictly lacked a commitment from the top. That's it, plain and simple, nothing else. And we have a commitment.
They also had to change the mindset.
We described it as a sleeping giant when we got here. Indiana fans and just the culture around Indiana was just hungry for a winner. And they just needed the right coach and the right players to come in and kind of flip this thing around.
The big question is, can the Hoosiers sustain that success? Time will tell, but for now, everyone is basking in the spotlight of Monday night.
When the confetti fell, it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Pat Bean.
Well, I'm joined now by Alexandra Holm, who's been covering the IU football team's run through the playoffs. You've seen a lot of her coverage. Thank you so much. Wasn't it amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe it?
It was the most amazing thing I've ever experienced, and getting to be with this team throughout the whole year and just seeing how well they progressed and then to win the national championship.
It's just unreal.
It hasn't happened. A season like this hasn't happened since 1894 with Yale and the Bulldogs. So it was amazing to get to witness that piece of history in modern day era.
And think about, before the big story were ticket prices and how expensive it was. What was it, $3,000?
$3,000 for upper level, and then for lower level it was around $13,000, $14,000, and fans were definitely paying that.
Yeah, but when we were there, that never came up, or at least for me, before the game at the stadium, talking to people. It was almost like you couldn't put a price on that experience. But you talked to the players.
I did talk to the players, and they were so grateful and so thankful for all the fans actually being here for them. They said it made the difference in how they actually played, to look up and to see that it was 60-40, and it was IU in Miami's stadium, where that typically would have been a home game for them. That's where they play all their home games. So
yeah, unreal support from Hoosier fans. Also, now here we are, post-game celebrations continue. We just saw Fernando was at Dick's Sporting Goods. The trophy is at Kroger. There have been some other players out too, haven't there?
Yes, there's been a couple of players actually yesterday at Raising Cane's, and they pair up with the winning team, and they have players actually serve the box combo, so you could have gotten your 4 chicken tenders and fries, and the players would have served you that. So that drew a large crowd over there yesterday, and if you wore IU merch, you could have gotten free Chipotle last night too. So
right, because Coach Sig is now getting free beer from Upland Brewery, and now there's is it a burrito? I don't remember.
I think it was an entree. If you bought an entree, you got an entree. I don't know. The lines were crazy there. I was just trying to get some Chipotle.
Well, and then IU will be honoring the team Saturday at 1 at Memorial Stadium. If you go, bundle up because it is going to be cold. Are you going?
I am going.
Oh boy,
it's going to be very, very cold.
All right, well, now we have Shelby Brown's over there to do headlines. Hi, Shelby. How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Joe. Thank you so much. And southern Indiana is actually under a winter storm watch, and cold weather advisory is beginning tomorrow. Bloomington is predicted to receive anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow beginning Saturday evening into Sunday. Columbus and Seymour could see more than a foot, but sub-zero wind chill temperatures may be a bigger concern.
If you are going to be walking outside, making sure that you limit the amount of time that you're outdoors and your exposure to the elements.
Temperatures this weekend are expected to drop into the single digits, with wind chill as low as -10 degrees. Ball State University's economist says we could easily fall into a recession this year. In his latest economic forecast, Michael Hicks says tariffs contributed to increased prices for consumers and a lack of new job creation. Hicks says in a good year, around 40,000 jobs are created throughout the state. This year, he expects about a third of that.
So the economy is underperforming. I think this is going to be a very tough year for it's going to feel and taste just like a formal recession at the very best.
Hicks anticipates further policy volatility as the Supreme Court reviews the legality of President Trump's implementation of the tariffs. Hicks also notes U.S. has the highest tariff rates since the tariffs blamed for helping to start the Great Depression in 1929. A family member has set up for a GoFundMe for a Bloomington teen burned in a house fire that claimed 2 lives. Paula Anderson and her teenage daughter, Gabby, suffered severe burns from the Sunday morning fire at the home on East Anderson Road. Gabby's aunt started the GoFundMe to help pay medical bills, housing, and other support. Police are still investigating the cause of the fire, but they suspect it was set intentionally. This time of the year, you're more likely to hear coyotes as they look for mates. While they can sometimes be a threat to small pets and livestock, our Rebecca Thiele reports a Purdue University expert says coyotes are mostly harmless and play an important role in the ecosystem.
Coyotes can help control pests because they eat small, wild animals like mice. But Purdue Extension wildlife specialist Brian McGowan says coyotes are adaptable. They'll also eat cats, small dogs, chickens, sheep, calves, and even food scraps in the trash. That can sometimes cause conflicts with people, particularly in the winter when they're defending their territory. But McGowan says there are simple things you can do to coexist well with coyotes. You can leash your pets or keep them indoors at night.
In my neighborhood, I know I have two social groups of coyotes. I hear them all the time. And I've got a little dog, and she's, very small, and we walk around the neighborhood and it's fine.
McGowan says not to feed coyotes. That includes securing trash cans and not leaving pet food outside.
This is kind of a similar situation where you're just setting up potential and more likely conflicts between the animal and people.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Rebecca Thiele.
McGowan says he's only heard of one instance of a coyote attacking a human in Indiana, and that those attacks are extremely rare. The Indiana General Assembly is nearing the halfway point of the 2026 season, and a number of bills are making their way through both chambers of the Statehouse. 2 would criminalize unauthorized camping or sleeping on state-owned land. The bills would also make street camping a Class C misdemeanor. It would limit local policies on enforcement, allow civil actions to force enforcement, and require local police to report arrests to the state.
We're basically saying, let's arrest people for not being able to access a shelter, knowing that everyone can't access a shelter.
Gilmore says the legislation would increase stigma and put additional strain on local services, including the Monroe County Jail. He calls instead for greater investment in housing, mental health care, and supportive services. It's a work in progress, but lawmakers say electricity bill relief is still a priority. The proposal would reshape utility providers' low-income customer assistance programs, block service shutoffs to those customers over dangerously hot months, and put all ratepayers on predictable billing plans. The measure now goes to the full chamber for consideration. The state is considering adding more options to execute people on death row. Under the measure, it would be up to the Indiana Department of Correction to also choose firing squad or nitrogen hypoxia as means of execution. Currently, lethal injection is the only form of execution allowed in this state.
All this does is basically simplifies and makes things easier for the Department of Correction. It takes some of the potential guesswork out of things.
The Indiana Catholic Conference, ACLU of Indiana, and the Indiana Public Defender Council spoke against the amendment. No one testified in support of the legislation. Two compelling competing bills could reduce the number of township governments in Indiana. As Ethan Sandwise reports, one is supported by township leaders, but they see the other as an existential threat.
In practice, townships look a lot like social service agencies. Bloomington Township offered almost $140,000 in direct assistance last year for things like utilities and housing, and its food pantry helped almost 2,500 households. But Bloomington Township is a high-population area spanning town and country. Rural townships usually offer a lot less. House Bill 1315 would eliminate any township with fewer than 6,700 people that doesn't offer at least twice as much assistance as it spends on salaries and doesn't run a fire department. That's around 650 townships, according to the Legislative Services Agency. Bloomington Township trustee Efrat Rosser was at the Statehouse Thursday morning lobbying for a rival bill. Senate Bill 270 would force townships to merge with each other if they underperform.
I think townships really reflect their local community, and for a rural community, the services that are expected of that township are going to differ vastly than what's expected in perhaps a place like Bloomington.
Regardless of the outcome, townships will lose revenue next year under last year's changes to local tax law. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Ethan Sandwise.
And Joe, lawmakers have for years tried to reduce township government, arguing that it presents an added layer of bureaucracy and funding that taxpayers have to shoulder.
All right, Shelby, thank you so much. A state law that passed last year aimed to lower property taxes for homeowners in Indiana, but that means less money for schools, fire departments, libraries, and parks. Our Rebecca Thiele reports some communities are looking to data centers to make up for that loss.
The Association of Indiana Counties says data centers can add new assessed value and often don't require as many government services as other businesses.
Developments like data centers can offer a lot of new assessed value, which can be taxed, which would allow the local unit of government to generate more money and reduce the property tax rate, perhaps.
But one Ball State University economics professor is skeptical communities will see much benefit from data centers in the long run.
I'm afraid that that analysis that these are a big tax boon just doesn't look realistic to me. And that's, again, assuming that they're going to be around for a long time and then this technology is going to be continuing to pay some real property taxes down the road. I'm not sure that's something I'd be comfortable with.
The new law also eliminated the 30% tax on equipment that businesses pay after the 10-year tax abatement period is over. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Rebecca Thiele.
Well, I'm joined now by Rebecca for more. So when a data center gets planned for a community, we often don't know which tech company is behind it. Why is that?
So the Data Center Coalition, which is a trade group for data centers, says there's a lot of competition for locations. Tech companies don't want other tech companies to know where they plan to build. That's also some of the reason why you don't see how much water or energy they plan to use initially. There's also safety and security concerns, so that's why you see a lot of tech companies ask like county council members to sign disclosure agreements to keep things confidential. So that's a little bit hard on a community. It can make it hard for them to trust those data centers and to trust their government.
You know, another thing people get confused about is jobs. How many jobs does a data center create?
That can really vary based on whether a data center continues to add on to its campus. So a tech company may make a contract to provide at least 30 full-time jobs, but they'll say up to 300. So if you keep building and building and building, that adds on to those jobs. Same thing with construction jobs. If you keep building, those construction workers are going to have those jobs for a longer period of time. And then if there are multiple data centers in an area, again, we'll have those construction workers for a longer period of time.
Now, we've heard about how data centers can use a lot of electricity, and that's likely to make energy bills go up. But you say sometimes the energy needed for data centers gets overestimated. How can you explain that?
Yeah, so when a tech company like Google is looking to build a data center, they might talk to multiple utilities to see where they can get hooked up to the grid the fastest. This can take years, but utilities aren't really used to this. So they, if you have something like Duke Energy, NIPSCO, and I&M all asking the same grid operator to see if they can add these huge data centers onto the grid, that's when you end up double or triple counting how much energy this data center actually needs. And that's where grid operators start to panic, because they're the ones making sure that we have enough power on the grid and we don't have blackouts.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's the end of this program, but our work continues online as we cover the news throughout the week. WTIUnews.org. Have a great weekend.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Maller Grotner Plummer Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Maller Grotner Plummer Attorneys, understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis, on the web at lawngp.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. rural.indiana.edu. Smithville, fiber internet, security solutions, and voice in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Bunger and Robertson, attorneys at law since 1949, utilizing experience, knowledge, and resources to help individuals and families recover in personal injury matters. Information at lawbr.com. And by WTIU members. Thank you.